Hello, my name is Jakob Christensen. I'm a developer at Sitecore, and I'm gonna do a small demo of how to build a web application in Speak, which will be released with Sitecore CMS 7.1. The application I'm going to build is a small search dialog, which will show a text box and a list control showing the search results. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an item for this application. We're going to go into your apps, add a new item, and we'll pick the list page branch. Here we go, and we'll have that title. That's just fine. If we look at the layout for this item, it always has a lot of renderings filled in. If we go to the browser, we can see this page. See? Here we go. This is the page. This is how it looks. And you can see there's a small list up here, and let's try and change that. It's in this property. Because you have list up here, so we'll call this demo instead. Go back, see if that works, and change the demo. Let's just do a quick run through of some of the renderings up here. The page code is the bootstrapper for Speak. It's what scans the HTML for components and creates the data model. All of these renderings here are just the basic page structure, which layouts the grid of this particular page. The header title, we have some more structure down here, and we have another title down here. Let's put on a new text box. Here we go, this is text box control, and we'll put that in the main placeholder, which is here. And there we go, this is the one. Alright, let's put in a default value for this one. We'll say that we will have sample. Go back here, there we go. This is sample. Now just to show off that this is actually in the data model for this page, we can put in demo debug, debug equals 1 in this one, and go here and refresh and see we get all kinds of debug information in this one. But what's really interesting is we can actually access this control. So if we write Sitecore app, we should have a list of all the controls on this page, and you can see there's a text box here. So if we go Sitecore app text box 1, and we set the text like this to the world. There we go, and it changes up here. So this is actually the data model for this page. Now let's go back, and we'll add a list control to the page. We'll put this one in the main. It's already in the main. Now the list control is a little bit complex because it needs a lot of configurations for the actual columns. So we're gonna do into the page settings and add a list control item, which is this one, I think. And in this one we will add 2 columns. We'll add the name, and this is set this to the item name, and we'll add another one, another column field, and we'll call this the updated, and I think it's updated and underscore updated by, like this. So these are the 2 columns that we're going to show. We'll go back to the list control, and we'll set the data source to this item. Let's see, go here and we set it like that. This is the data source. We'll save this, we'll go back, and there you go. This is the list control, but it's empty right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop in a search data source, and we'll bind that to the text control and to the list control. And it goes here, and we will bind the text here using standard data binding to the text box text property. So whenever the text box property is changed, it updates the data source, and the data source will go off to the server and do the search, and it will come back and it will expose the search results in its items property. So we'll do the binding here, and in the list control we'll bind the items to the data source items. Let's see if that is working. Here we go, and there we go with the samples. I can do document, it updates, I can go home like that. So this is working. Now let's try to do something a little bit more interesting here. So we'll add in a text control, and this text control should show if there are any items in the data source. So we will say that the text is no items here. I actually have to change the placeholder to the main placeholder as well. Here we go. And we will bind, well actually if we go with this one, we should see this all the time. Let's just try this. No items, you showed right there. So if I go like that, no items. But it shouldn't actually show if I say home. Oh, we have a lot of homes. It still shows down here. Actually, we'll just move this before the list control, like that. Now, this one should only be visible if there are no items in the data source. So we'll go here and we'll bind that to the data source has no items property. Let's bind that. You see it just disappeared, so if I go like that, it says no items here. Go to sample, like that. So now we're actually built up a fairly complex web application with no code whatsoever. That's it.